Robin.
Busy show today. Opie and Anthony, thanks for checking us out. Busy show as well tomorrow.
Indeed.
You got to watch Transcendent Man. Am I saying that right? Transcendent Man, I believe.
Transsexual man.
Transsexual man. Please watch that movie tonight.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have the guy in tomorrow.
I have it in my
guy.
My computer bag. I can watch it on my computer.
Do we have the trailer for Transcendent Man? How do you say that? Transcendent Man, right?
Transcendent
Man.
Yeah.
I got an advanced copy of this, and I really love the movie. It's a little slow, I'm not going to lie to you. But the stuff he talks about in this movie, very fascinating. We're going to have the guy in tomorrow.
Yeah, is the YouTube still fucked up? Where it's fucking taking forever to buffer things?
The reason I'm calling today is to express my disappointment that you have invited this highly sophisticated crackpot and given him a national forum to express his pseudo-religious predictions that have no basis in objective reality.
Oh.
If you go back 500 years, not much happened in a century. Now a lot happens in 6 months. Technology feeds on itself and it gets faster and faster. It's going to continue. In about 40 years, it's going to be moving so fast, the pace of change is going to be so astonishingly quick that you won't be able to follow it unless you enhance your own intelligence by merging with the intelligent technology we created.
The board.
This guy is freaky. He says computers will have consciousness in just 25 years.
As we get to the 2030s, you're not going to be able to tell a clear difference between human and machine intelligence.
The big question to life is, who are we? What are we going to become? What's the future like? And he's got one of the most incredible track records in history for his ability to predict with pretty darn good accuracy.
He's an award-winning scientist and engineer, a millionaire several times over because of his inventions.
These inventions may end up causing the worst war that humanity's ever had.
Corporations and governments and societies will be created and destroyed on the back of the technology that this book describes.
The world is flattening. The world that is globalizing.
Inventor Ray Kurzweil thinks that one day humans may be able to live forever.
I want to live as long as I can. I don't want to die. If following Ray's regimen would put that day off, I'm very willing to do that.
Wow.
I knew there was a reason I was keeping all this stuff, and he kept all this stuff. I do plan to bring back my father.
Oh, boy.
God is who he is, and our challenge should be to know him, not try to create him.
I'm afraid of you.
It's going to scare a lot of people.
The world is changing far too fast. Nothing like this has ever happened to Homo sapiens before.
These ideas are going to ultimately change the world. We didn't stay on the ground, we didn't stay on the planet, and we didn't stay with the limitations of our biology.
I think Ray is performing the service of a prophet. That's wrong.
He has used the gift that he was given for the betterment of humankind. That's what I knew.
He sure knows a lot of celebrities.
It will be the universe waking up.
Transcendent Man.
He talks about the universe waking up. The movie's pretty trippy.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a little watching.
We're going to have Ray Kurzweil in tomorrow, so.
Of course, I have to watch it after I do Red Eye.
Oh, boy, but you go out drinking after the Red Eye.
No, I'm gonna be cool tonight. I'm not going to go out. It makes me, feel lousy. The worst part is that I have to. Friday is another workout day.
Right.
So to work out hungover is not fun.
Not fun.
Not fun.
Then just stay away from Andy Levy, and you'll be all right tonight.
Well, Andy wasn't even there last time.
Yeah, but he's the troublemaker. Right? He's the one that says, "Let's go have a few drinks."
Michaela's troublemaker.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else is? Well, they're all troublemakers.
They're all troublemakers.
Greg last time we were out was a troublemaker.
You're not going to be able to say no.
No, I swear.
You have good intentions.
I'm going back to my hotel room
and
watching Transcendent Man.
Transcendent Man with Ray Kurzweil.
That's what I'm doing. I might grab a beer out of the minibar.
He's talking about AIs and stuff, and I was telling Ann before the show, part of this movie, he talks about how he wants to bring back his dead father.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with his dead father because his father died at a very young age, 58, I believe. And he's got all his stuff, and his father was a pack rat. So what he wants to do is put all the knowledge from his father that he knows, and then the stuff that is in all these boxes into some kind of program, whether it's just on a regular computer or some kind of artificial intelligence. And that's how he's going to bring his father
back. So virtually his father's ideas and
virtually everything
dislikes.
He remembers about his father, will come back to life.
It's almost
life
like
in quotes.
It's almost like when Superman went to the Fortress of Solitude and spoke with Marlon Brando and was able to ask him questions, and then based on what he knew and everything and the program, it was able to give him answers back.
That's kind of what he's thinking. But he wants to go even further than that, where he would have no doubt that this is his father.
Really?
You know what I mean? But you know what you know, so it's not far-fetched to put everything you know into some kind of program or some kind of website or something, and that's sort of you online.
How do you put an affinity for drunk driving into a program? Because I'd like to bring my dad back.
Yeah, this guy needs to let his dad go, and what he's doing is brilliant, but it's like you're not bringing him back. We're going to have a computer program that looks like him. Just people do die at this point.
But the technology is definitely...
I don't think it's a literal bringing your father
as we know it today, because they even talk about that in the movie, like you got to start defining what is life and all that. And he sees a time where you're gonna have more than one body. You're gonna have your obviously physical body, but then you're gonna have like a virtual body that is pretty serious.
Yeah.
You know, that virtual world with like Second Life?
Yeah.
They talk to the Second Life people. Right now, it's kind of primitive, but the technology is going to continue where it's going to start looking way more realistic.
Right.
And then people are going to take that so seriously that they create this other version of themselves online, and that kind of becomes part of what they know.
So what you're saying is, okay, let's say we do. I've always thought we were going to be partial with computers as well. I think it's a part of evolution. And just like, we were at one point amoebas and slime, and now we're this. So if you become, like, say, part computer and your body breaks down, do you just kind of hang out there in that form, and then the new body comes along and you go in that? I wonder how that works. Or they just regenerate your other body?
I don't know. I mean, you got to wait for the technology.
Yeah,
just keep on growing and stuff. But there are people right now that care way more about their lives online than in the physical world.
I am.
They camp out in front of their computers and they're on these games like I don't know them, to be honest with you, but Second Life certainly.
Yeah, Second Life, EverQuest,
World
and all
of
Warcraft, like all those role playing games where your characters are built up and have skill levels and you've created it.
But people have taken it so far that they would rather live in that virtual reality than in the real world.
More exciting and a lot more
fun.
fun.
They'd rather spend 12, 16 hours a day doing that than walking around and living life.
By the way, is there a peripheral I could plug into the computer that's a little catapult that could launch a plate of spaghetti against the wall? Because that would really bring back dear old dad.
No, you just put a screen on the wall.
Yeah.
Why you don't have to go through all that
virtual spaghetti on the wall.
And they can put virtual floors, and you'll see little water teardrops from Faggot's face falling.
Yes, Dan. That's
maybe you can get that for your Kinect. Where you just kind of motion that you're throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Yeah, and
on the TV it'll look like you did.
It'll look like spaghetti launch.
That sounds like a great iPad app.
It's spaghetti launch. Try to avoid Dad's throwing spaghetti at you.
Did he throw it at you?
No, he threw it at the wall. I think he was going for the phone.
Why? Was Mom's special friend calling?
No. I think it was just
Mom's special friend.
I think it was just a good target, something to zero in on.
Was he drunk when he did it?
I would gather, yeah, probably. Who else would throw a plate of spaghetti against the wall?
Somebody with reflux?
Yeah, maybe the sauce wasn't good. Hey, Mom.
Movie also talks about, I forget, like less than 50 years ago, how computers obviously completely took over this room. We all know that.
Yes, filled the room.
And then he explains
the ENIAC.
The power of that computer compared to the cell phone. You can't even compare it. The cell phone way more powerful than a mere 40, 50 years ago. These computers that took up way more than one room, actually.
Yeah.
And things continue to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then he talked about how, the Google and all that.
The Google.
There'll be some kind of a attachment, whether it's implanted in your brain or you put it right on the side of your brain.
See, that's the big
Do you believe in that
point
shit?
right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the internet and how far you've come in just the last 15 years, you go, well, where's it going? I mean, look at this guy. Look at his advancements. I called that. I was like, dude, there's going to be internet in your brain, like where you just think about shit and you get the answers.
Right.
But
some kind of electrode, and then the Google's right there. In your
it's
fucking
going to happen.
Here's the problem, I think. The thing.
But there's going to be steps between what we just said and what we have today, obviously.
But there is a problem because we have the computing power, and it goes up leaps and bounds every fucking year. It's amazing.
Not even every year, like every 6 months, whatever it is.
But we've pretty much stuck to the same basic interface between man and computer. It hasn't changed since the fucking typewriter. I mean, we're still keying in. Yeah, we got touchpads and stuff, but you're still using a virtual keyboard.
But where does it go?
For input. And
technology has to keep advancing.
A mechanical. It's always been this mechanical input to computers. To put it in your brain, where you're actually not moving your eyebrows take the mechanical aspect out of it. Electrical impulses, your brain controlling the computer. You really don't have that much control to not put things in or think about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you get the self-control and discipline to not put your most horrible secrets online because you thought about it wrong?
God, can you imagine?
Like, how do you get that kind of discipline? Like, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Oh, fuck, I just thought about it. And now it's out there.
Maybe you can't. Maybe that's why every report of aliens is there a certain way. There's a certain dullness to them because maybe that's what you get from that. Maybe there's a certain neutrality you get.
Oh, where you did learn how to just...
Or everyone's thoughts are there anyway.
Right.
So when everyone's thoughts are online and everyone's things are one connect, it's not as weird because you're seeing everybody naked as opposed to one guy getting caught doing something.
All right.
And then it kind of balances out because, who knows, it could take 500 years of having that technology before that's worked out.
That would be pretty embarrassing.
If everyone's walking around naked, it's not embarrassing anymore.
Absolutely.
After a while.
Absolutely.
It really isn't. He talks about, computers as small as blood cells.
Oh, really?
And he goes, that absolutely will happen. And then you got these little computers in your body. And they're just checking out your body constantly, making sure everything's cool.
Repairing shit?
He says repairing shit eventually, but at least monitoring your body from within. Instead of going to the doctor once a year and getting all your blood work done, this thing, he says this absolutely will happen. This isn't one of those crazy things. This thing is just in there.
Like OnStar.
Yeah.
I got my OnStar
making sure
app.
everything's
I can punch
okay.
it up right now. I could check my tire pressure, oil, how much gas I got in the vehicle. I could set alarms. I could do that. It's like that for your body. You'll have like what? An iPhone and be able to go, we're seeing some cancer.
Right. But you're going to see the cancer extremely early on.
Oh, you don't want to get the fucking cancer thing on your phone.
Cancer app.
Cancer fucking
Especially AT&T because you never get reception, so you think you were healthy, you'd have a tumor on your fucking on your forehead.
Hey, let me take a couple of these calls. Brian in New York. Brian.
Yeah, I was at a conference out in Phoenix. We had 5,000 IT dorks in there, and he gave the keynote speech, and at least 4,000 people walked out.
Why?
He was so
There's a
bored.
fire in the place.
Yeah, he was on Nova last week. Ask him about his pills. He was eating a bowl of pills. I guess he eats 150 vitamins and supplements.
At least. I think the movie said over 200 a day.
That's crazy.
He's just sitting around popping pills all day long. He's a bore. I mean, the movie... it was interesting, but he's not.
He's a little long-winded. Not a
How long did he talk
speaker.
for?
We probably lasted a half hour, and we walked out. I mean, everyone was just laughing. They had the Twitters going in the background, and people were tweeting on how dry and pathetic he was.
But it's amazing, though.
It was like a stampede running out.
IT, if there's an IT group, like you're all like all internet nerds, and the guy doesn't have pizzazz when he talks, but he's talking about accurately what's going to happen in the world, and people walk out because he's not a fiery speaker. What idiots!
Yeah, that is a little.
All he did was talk about like the models that he predicted. You know, I did this, I did that.
But he's not a kook. He has predicted a lot of shit, and he's come up with a lot of inventions that people take very seriously.
And maybe
he's helped the blind big time. That's why Stevie Wonder was in the trailer.
And maybe you have to qualify yourself when you're making predictions about what's going to happen. You don't want to come off like Gene Dixon or one of these other assholes. So maybe you have to qualify yourself with what you've done right and give yourself that credibility when you talk, because you know what you're saying sounds nuts.
Yeah, you want to be as legitimate as like Kreskin.
No, there's some guys. There's one guy, I think he's in Hong Kong. He's working on AI's
Hong Kong
technology,
ding dong.
And he says that whole technology scares the living shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah, because what are we creating, and how do we control these AIs, these robots? In the end, how do we actually control them?
Asians are crazy with their robots.
Right.
They really think they think a little too much of the robot.
Yeah.
Robots aren't.
There's a good montage of robots in the movie where I kind of want one.
You know what's fucked up though? Robots, the most ill-conceived, useless robot are ones that are in humanoid shape. They don't make. It doesn't make sense to have one like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. It's the limitations are
but they
crazy.
They showed what the robots looked at only a mere 30 years ago, let's say 40 years ago, and now what they're looking like, and that's what I believe in, where the technology just keeps on going. So it's like, okay, the robots look like this today. What are they going to look like in 10 years, and what are they going to be able to do in 10 years? And some of these guys that are in that world, they're like, it scares the shit out of us where this could go.
The thing that robots do that is amazing, if you look in an auto plant and see those are robots that are just painting the cars. You ever see the fucking arms just swing around? There's not one run.
Yeah.
It does the same exact fucking moves every time.
How did they figure that out?
Like, that's robotics used for practical purposes. I'm looking at some Asian robot thing. It looks like anything I would see at Disney. Yeah. Animatronics, Hall of Presidents kind of stuff.
Is that Obama?
He's not the robot.
Oh,
the Asian
He's probably
chick.
humiliated. He's talking to a robot.
He's talking to a robot.
Leader of the free world.
It's better than talking to Pelosi.
But I bet you eventually robots will have rights. Like, somebody will assault their robot, and because it looks like a person, people will get upset. I'm telling you.
You got to see this movie.
iRobot.
Because they discussed that. When do they become where we have to acknowledge that they're actually
robot rights?
Robot rights, because they're actually thinking.
When they fall out of a fleshy pussy.
So we're gonna have him in tomorrow. It should be pretty a pretty good discussion tomorrow. Let me just see really fast. I want to know about this. Sherry in Jersey. Sherry.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome aboard, Cher.
I bet it would become the R word.
Of the
Robot
show.
would probably become robot. Excuse me for 1 second. Robot would become offensive, and you couldn't say. You'd have to say something like artificial, or
Yes.
it would be some long-winded fucking name.
Alternative life form.
Yeah,
exactly.
You fucking robot.
Yeah.
Grr.
Your mother's a robot lover.
Sherry?
There's this a novel. It's a science novel. It's actually it's a teenage novel, but it's a really good book about it's kind of like where they have the internet. It's called Feed, and the internet is implanted right in their head.
Yeah.
So they can. It's just constantly like you can talk to people through your mind, and they can.
Yeah, but how do you keep from getting embarrassing thoughts out there? Like, oh, by the way, sorry, what I jerked off to last night just slipped out, and now it's all over the internet.
I love your thought. We'll ask him tomorrow. The guy's coming here. Ray Kurzweil. That's a great question, because they talk about the future people, whatever they're
future people.
They believe this is actually something that will happen in our lifetime, and we're older in our lifetime.
But they get so dependent on it in the book that they keep, like even doctors can't speak normal anymore. They're like, hand me that thingy, and they just it's like so reliant on this feed, and it's basically the internet inside your head. It's a really cool book.
All right, I'll take a peek at that. Thanks, Sherry.
The suspect was described as an electronic American. It would be an electronic American. Fucking robot. Someone said a racial slur at me to call him a toaster. Yeah, some fucking toaster cut me off today.
Yeah.
Would be great.
That's like saying
toaster.
That's like saying waterhead, right?
Yeah. Fuck you, blender. Leave.
Can I talk about my Islanders for 2 minutes, Ann?
Yeah.
I know you're not a big hockey fan.
Well, I do like when I...
my team is...
The clip I saw was funny.
Yeah, my team is pretty much, well, I think officially the second worst team in hockey. The Devils are the worst team in hockey right now. And it's a very embarrassing year for us, and it's a very tough year. They don't even have a shot at the playoffs, and they didn't have a shot at the playoffs 2.5 months ago.
Brobot.
Brobot, yeah.
Brobot. Okay, great.
The Islanders played the Penguins last night. And even the hardcore fans that follow me on Twitter, because they get mad at me, they're like, yeah, even today, I'm wearing a bag over my head. This guy, Mega Burp, on Twitter.
A Mega Burp?
Big Islanders fan. Oh, here's the video right now as we talk.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Could you get it up for me? So, at the end of the game, I guess you don't have to get it up for me because there it is.
God.
They're showing it everywhere.
One punch, he's
and they're
knocked
laughing.
out.
See,
laughing
look, they're
at him.
laughing at our goalie, Rick DiPietro, who's just
Guy's
been
like, yeah, what a punch. You fucked him up.
Yeah, Johnson, who's the backup goalie for the Penguins. I think there was like a minute left in the game, and I
love this.
Yeah, and there was a big fight, and then Rick DiPietro decides, I got to go fight the other goalie. Like,
he's going to goon it up.
Which we just were talking about this.
Goalie against goalie.
How mad are you that you're mad at the guy all the way on the other end of the ice? He didn't. You can't hear him. He can't bump into you, but you get so pissed off, you go, I got to go fight that guy now. So that's exactly what happened at the end of the game. DiPietro goes to center ice, and this, I think his name's Johnson, the backup goalie for the Penguins.
Yeah.
He blew a shutout, by the way. I'll explain in a second. So they square off at center ice. Johnson punches him with his left hand. He's obviously a righty. Hits him with his left. DiPietro literally goes down.
Right down. Glass jaw.
Like a wimp. And then Johnson is cocked and ready to beat the shit out of him and realizes, like, I can't punch him anymore.
He had his right hand cocked back, ready to punch him again in the face. And he just kind of goes like, I already fucked this guy up.
You could see that he felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
And how lame he was in this fight. And then they have another angle of DiPietro, and you could see how petrified and scared the guy is that he's going to get in a fight.
He's not a fighter,
You could see it in his face.
Yeah, he did look pathetic.
And they're showing this fight everywhere. I tweeted it last night, but it's everywhere. Certainly you can find it.
And then Johnson goes back to the bench, and all of his teammates are just laughing.
They're just laughing at him.
Dude, they're clapping. Look at it, high five. Look at him. This little punk. They're just like, dude, you fucked him up. One punch. Yeah, to pat him on the back. One punch, he's down.
And he blew his shutout because that was it. He had to leave the ice with, I think, how many seconds? 16 seconds left in the game, so officially he doesn't get a shutout because they had to bring in another goalie for the last 16 seconds.
And the goalie fucked up?
Huh?
The other goalie?
No, it was still a shutout, but technically,
he
you got to be in the whole
shutout.
game to
Gotcha.
officially get the shutout on your
16 seconds he had left?
He hit him with the forearm, but still,
he went right
It wasn't
down.
even a big forearm.
Was it a forearm, or did he get him with
It looks like it was. It looks like he hit him with the forearm elbow combo.
Nice.
But it didn't seem like it was enough force to knock him down like that.
He goes down.
And then he's right-handed. He's on top of him with his fist cocked, and he's like, I can't hit this guy. I can't fucking hit this guy.
Couldn't bring himself to fucking...
I'm embarrassed.
To punch him.
This team, it's embarrassing. We pay this guy, I think it was $93 million for 15 years or something.
Not to fight.
I forgot exactly what the total was, and he's a bust.
Got to stand on his head.
And now he's frustrated, so he wants to go fight, and he looked like an idiot.
Yeah, he shouldn't ever do that again, by the way, unless he takes some fighting lessons.
Right. The other clip that's going around today, which is worth playing, is the weather guy from Canada. Danny knew where it was. You know where it is, Travis?
No, I will find it, though.
Please do.
Now, in other sports news, do you hear about the Mets and Bernie Madoff?
Yeah. Madoff fucked up the Mets.
They would have these...
Wilpon's got to sell.
They'd have these giant contracts for these players, and the money that they pay the players with, instead of just having it sit, they would invest it with Bernie Madoff, and then pay the players
right
with some of the proceeds and make money off of this money that they're paying the players with. And then it all just disappeared.
I know.
Holy shit.
So are the players getting fucked?
Nah, the fucking, they got to get paid because it's not, they didn't fucking invest with Madoff.
Right.
No, so they're trying to
still
sell,
obligated.
They're trying to sell like 25% of the team.
Of the team.
Yeah, they're trying to make like $100 million. But who's going to pay $100 million to get 25% of the team? You don't even have a controlling interest in the team.
So what ends up happening in the end?
That's still all up in the air.
Mark Cuban, I saw in the paper today. I love Mark Cuban. He's done our show.
Yeah,
that guy knows how to run a sports team. Of course, the
but
Mavericks
you wouldn't
guy.
even get to run. He said no controlling interest.
But he goes, call me. He told the Mets, call me.
Yeah, give me a call.
Because but if they're so desperate, couldn't Will Pond sell the majority?
Sure, they could sell 51%. That's what
he might
there was a
have
story
to.
last week that Martin Luther King III wants to buy the
The
Mets.
fuck does he know about sports?
But he wants to buy.
Maybe he does know
I
about
have
sports.
a dream today that the Mets will make the playoffs. I've seen the mountaintop.
Yeah, do you?
That a team will not be judged by the color of their uniforms, but by the content of their batting average. I'm ripping off my father.
What a surprise! I'm wrong again. Let me go to Mitch and White Plains so we get the real info. Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey guys, how you doing today? Listen, the DiPietro lost his shit yesterday. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him. He just takes a Ron Hextall type swipe at one of the players, and that was the result of the fight because they had to put him in his place.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw he kind of took a cheap shot, and then who did Johnson come out of goal first and say we're doing this?
Yeah, basically he said,
Okay.
What are you stupid?"
Right.
And he just put him in his place.
Hockey's weird because they only let goalies fight other goalies most of the time.
Yeah, well, he totally deserved the ass whooping. He's a punk. He took all the Islanders' money, and he just needs to go somewhere and die.
Yeah, fucking DP is just a unbelievable disappointment.
I have a team. I have a team today.
15 years, $67.5 million. Deal signed 4 years ago, so we're stuck with this guy for another 11 fucking years.
Free agents at last. Free agents at last. Thank God Almighty, free agents at last.
I can't get off the Martin Luther King Jr.
It's a good one, though. It sounds like him.
I like that
That's a great. Heather?
I like that he wants to buy the Mets.
Heather?
Yo.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, basically what that guy said, I got so excited when I saw that. That was my favorite NHL moment of the year, I think.
Oh.
And I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm a huge Pens fan, and I thought of you immediately, Opie. So
I can't even like fight you on this. It's embarrassing.
oh man,
Everyone's laughing at DPA today and the Islanders in general.
That was embarrassing.
Thanks. Plus, they have an ad. They're putting some dumb package together for. Oh, you saw that too? Oh, give this to Anthony. He'll laugh. Jimmy will laugh at this one too. They're doing a Valentine's Day thing to get people to the Coliseum.
Oh no!
So it's talking about love, Valentine's Day, hockey, and then
gold-covered roses.
Even gold-covered roses, and then in the ad it says "end roughing."
Oh, really?
End roughing or something like that.
Oh,
like
what does that mean?
Like they're not even thinking over
No.
there. So everyone's talking about this ad. Like, what the fuck is wrong
What
with the
does it
Islanders?
mean?
Are they into
what domestic
violence? Look
well,
at this ad.
a few of
Look at
them
this ad.
happen.
This February, give her flowers, chocolate, and 2 minutes for roughing.
Oh, that's good. Who thought that up? Potvin?
Right. Hey, see, you know the Islanders.
Oh, I know the old school fucking.
Yeah.
I love the chant. Beat your wife, Potvin. Beat your wife.
And 2 minutes for roughing. What the fuck are they thinking?
That's crazy.
So, can we go to the weather video? And then we're talking about videos. We got this.
Lidstrom back to Cronwall. Score!
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It sounded exciting.
Sounded like
though.
hockey. Sure
Isn't that
did.
exciting sounding when they score?
We will play out the
Weatherman.
entire story. So thanks for joining us. Grab a hot cup of cocoa as well as
Put that back. Put that back. I got to hear that again.
Cup We will play out the entire story. So thanks for joining us. Grab a hot cup of cocoa, as well as bring...
No one fucks that up unless you love the cock.
Yeah. Grab a hot cock.
Grab a hot cock, and then he tried to change it to cocktail, but that doesn't work either.
He was going. Then he went with cocoa.
Coke.
Maritimes. We will play out the entire story. So thanks for joining us. Grab a hot cup of cocoa.
Cocoa.
Whoops.
Wow, man.
Isn't that great?
A hot cock.
What does he say after that? Then he was going cocktail or cocoa, but he said a cup.
A cup
he was
of
all over the
cocoa.
place. Is that what he said?
Entire story. So thanks for joining us. Grab a hot cup of cocoa, as well as bring your computer, your laptop,
balls
on Twitter.
See, that's because his computer was in his brain. Getting back to your thought. See?
That would have been like, I said hot cock.
Oh, well.
No one makes a Freudian slip like that unless you love the hot cock. I mean, I'm just guessing. I've never fucked up like that, and he couldn't even get out of it. He was stuck with the hot cock.
He was like,
he couldn't get hot cock out of his mouth.
Right. One more time, going to break.
Oh, please.
For the Maritimes, we will play out the entire story. So thanks for joining us. Grab a hot cup of cocoa, as well as bring your computer, your laptop.
Whoops. Robin.